Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5-Minute Gaming News, the show that's deep diving corporate earnings calls, because I knows how your kids likes it. Sony's CFO insists that AAA quality will deteriorate if they adopt a Game Pass-like strategy. Sony CFO Hikori Totaki has once again reaffirmed PlayStation's policy that there is no way they are doing AAA first-party titles on PS Plus day one. In regards to AAA titles on PlayStation 5, if we distribute them on the subscription service, we may need to shrink the investment needed for that. That will deteriorate first-party title quality, and that is our concern, Totaki said. So we want to make sure that we spend the appropriate development costs that have solid products and titles to be introduced in the right manner. And as we discussed before, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan also said something along the same lines. They simply don't see it being good for business. But let's look through the corporate shenanigans there and just give facts. AAA games have been on Game Pass for years, with many of them opting to be day one. Not only is it a cost-effective way for players to expand their library of games, but also because most people can afford a Game Pass, for example, but not buying every single major release as it comes out. And if you're looking to get your title in front of more players, it makes sense to do it on Game Pass. Taking the latest Forza 5 release into consideration, Forza set a new launch month sales record, and some of that's because of Game Pass. Game Pass offered Forza free at launch, and despite being a Game Pass title, it still managed to set sales records because the audience that wasn't really into the series gave it a shot on Game Pass, thus creating more hype and thus increasing sales. Game Pass gave the players the ability to try the full game without limits and see if it was to their liking, and it turns out for a lot of people it was. And it's not like Xbox isn't paying the devs to have their game on Game Pass, and in many cases it's beneficial to have that sort of transaction between the two. Most of the time, it's what helps those games get finished, especially indie titles. So the real sticking point here, I think, with this whole Sony thing is that they're saying, we feel our games have the potential to make more money if they're not on PlayStation Plus. And they're going to gamble on the fact that by having that potential to make more, they can invest more in it and feel good about that, rather than just paying like X number of dollars to have that game show up on PlayStation Plus, I think is their vibe. They're hoping for the more in the end. We'll see how that works out. In other parts of the internet, a story I totally love from Fandom Spot, a survey of senior citizen gamers. Over on the site, they conducted a survey of people age 65 plus who play video games, asking them why they played games, what they spent on gaming devices, accessories, games per year, and what their preferred games were. The results are pretty fascinating and kind of obvious. The top motivation for playing games turned out to be as simple as brain stimulation, some even going as far as to say that it kept them younger-minded. They also said it helps them bond with family. You know, Grandpa breaking out those Fortnite dances? You know what I mean? I get it. The article goes on to say that a major issue affecting American seniors is loneliness and boredom. 44% of senior gamers said that it eased their boredom, and 63% said they felt less lonely as a result. So what do they invest in their gaming habits? Well, almost half said they spent somewhere around $500 on things like consoles, video games, and headsets a year. Even seniors who only focus on mobile, 79% said they spent at least $50 in the past year on free-to-play games. But let's get to the best part. Senior Citizen Top 10 Video Games. Number 10, Tetris. That's a classic. I can see that. I like that. Number 9, Monopoly Plus. Monopoly Plus. I guess more family time and then hating your family. Number 8, Mario Kart 8. You know what? I love that. I love that. I don't know why. The idea of a bunch of seniors in like an old folks home playing Mario Kart puts a smile on my face. Number 7, Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2. You know what? Seniors got taste. I dig it. Number 6, Mario Party Superstars. I love this list. I love this list. Number 5, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Something about the idea of Grandpa on voice comms, like, shut up, you little baby. You don't know anything about the Cold War. I was there, is very amusing to me. Number 4, Madden 2022. Really, Madden? It checks out, I'm not gonna lie. Especially these are American seniors. I know there's a few grandpas on there playing with their kids, 100%. Number 3, Animal Crossing. That checks out. Animal Crossing, that makes sense to me. Number 2, Wordle. Yeah, I imagine most seniors, like most people in society, are handheld gamers. They play on their phone, and Wordle is sweeping the nation. And number 1, the one you probably already guessed, Candy Crush. Yeah, that checks out. I can't tell you how many people I know over 60 who play Candy Crush. It's a lot. I found this whole thing fascinating. I hope you did too. I really enjoyed that article. I enjoyed the statistics and the numbers and just seeing into the world of people over 65 who play video games that honestly, we don't all talk about. And it'll be interesting to see what that looks like in 10 years or 20 years and see what people are playing then, right? It should be interesting. Speaking of interesting, a lot of interesting things going on over at patreon.com/Jesse Cox. Gotcha. Where you can find all sorts of good people like Chase Childs, Claudia Eastwood, and Trevor Livingood. That's it for 5-Minute Gaming News. Thank you all so much for all of your support. It does mean the world to me. The subscriptions and the thumbs up and the comments down below. You're the best. I'll see you tomorrow.